Almost everything we have in our modern world today is a product of innovation and invention. How we deal with this as we live our lives is also within the scope of STS. Our objectives for today are: define STS and its relation, know the importance of STS, determine the impacts of science and technology on nation building in our society, examine the current issues related to STS, and science and technology on sustainable development. Now, what is that? Science, technology, and society, or as what we like to call STS, is an interdisciplinary field that studies the conditions under which the production, distribution, and utilization of scientific knowledge and technological systems occur, the consequences of these activities upon different groups of people. STS also builds on the history and philosophy of science and technology, sociology and anthropology, policy studies, and cultural and literary studies, all of which shape the modes of analysis deployed in the field. Have you ever wondered how these three are connected? Irish, any thoughts?
Well, Sophia, since the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, science has been in progress. Some sectors that have been boosted by science are energy, physical sciences, information, and communication. In the past, almost everything was analog, but thanks to the science and technology, we are now being digitalized. The impact of science and technology can seriously be recognized. Society cannot do without the industries we have today. The creation of computers was a milestone that would come a long way in helping the society. A computer helps us leverage ourselves by gaining valuable information that we use to enrich our lives.
Now I know. I also happen to think that some of you have your questions. If science and technology's product technically became the bridging factor, then how does it relate with the society? Allow me to tell you that the developing world has a long tradition of participatory action research, popular education, and community organization joining up to solve some science and technology issues. Progress in this has resulted in the ability to produce diverse types of material items. Science and technology-related issues are actually being discussed worldwide today. Now that we know what STS is all about, we also need to have an idea on how important STS is to our life.
That is right. Studying STS provides students with awareness and comprehension of how science and technology came to be and their impacts to society. Additionally, it promotes not only calculative thinking but also mediative thinking among the students. And because STS have become such a huge part in our lives, it is only crucial that we know its impact on nation building and society. First is successful economy. If nations do not implement science and technology, the chances of getting themselves developed become minimal and thus could be even rated as an undeveloped nation. Next is modernization. There has been remarkable development in education, communication, agriculture, industry, and etc. The global economic output has increased 17-folds in the 20th century. Next is agriculture. Improve seed structure, increase crop and livestock productivity, promote agricultural mechanization to improve labor productivity, contribute to industry growth, restructuring, and export. Next is healthcare. It has made machines such as MRIs, ultrasounds, EKGs, create medicines and treatments that saves lives and improve the chances of recovery for many. Next is education. Technology undoubtedly makes the learning process more interactive and therefore more interesting and memorable. Next is communication. It enables us to share ideas much faster around the world and around the country.
It cannot be argued that when there is advancement, there are also issues that entail. These are only some of the most common issues related to science and technology in our society. Technological unemployment. Work done by people is instead done by machines, reducing the employment of human workers. Environmental degradation. Air and water pollution, solid waste, deforestation, loss of biological and wildlife species, and etc. Production of weapons of war and destruction. For example, the production of nuclear weapons poses a significant threat and harm to people. Data privacy. Information is easily accessible, making a person's privacy easier to breach. Easy spread of wrong information. Some content or fake news can be posted online which could lead people to make wrong actions or conclusions based on the wrong information.
As much as we humans want to have everything as long as we want as possible, unfortunately, there is a limit to everything. That is why we have to be smart about using science and technology for a sustainable development. To counteract the negative effects of science and technology, man has to find ways to make significant adjustments while ensuring that there are still resources left in the long run. With our progress in science and technology, further research and inventions can be made to address the problems our nation face. Proper application of knowledge, identification and prioritization of problems, and cooperation are among the actions needed in order to achieve sustainable development.
To wrap everything up, science and technology have major impacts on the development of a country. They lead to the discovery of new knowledge and methods to improve human life. The challenge that man faces is how to use them in a way that produces further advancements but at the same time lessens the degradation of our world.